bitchings and moanings.
In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What's up, everybody? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome all, welcome one, welcome all to the greatest show on this channel on Friday nights at 7:30. How's everybody doing? I'm pretty good, thanks for asking. Hopefully all y'all have something good poured in your cups and ready to do this thing. If not, then do it. Was a little late posting the thumbnail and getting this live stream set up for the evening, but welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. I'll get better at it, you know. Once I get the hang of this entire YouTube thing, I'll get the hang of it and I don't know, start getting my stuff together. Say hello to some people in chat. Hello, some people in chat. Hollywood Marine is here. B is here. Brett Greenstein. Adam McIntyre. What's going on? Jeff Perkins is in the house. What's up, Jeff? Bob Glass. Psh. High five, Bob. Hopefully all is well down in friggin' Missouri. Phil Ari is here. Phil Ari. Live streams. SLB or ADHD Whiskey. Yes! Yes! You know, there's like the numbers sway in the other direction, but that's fine. You're here and I love you. All 73 of you right now. Appreciate each and every one of you being here and spending your time with me. It means a lot. It really does. And, jeez. All these Friday nights, just doing our thing. Speaking of SLB drinks, I was going to do Bardstown Blind Flight tonight, which I mentioned last week. But seeing that they're doing that, I decided not to do that because it wouldn't look weird. There's two of them up at the same time. But you know what they say about minds. Good ones think alike. So Trenton and Kurt doing Bardstown. Is it the ultimate Bardstown blind? Sean Holgrave is in the house. What's up? Keith Stepansky is here. Phil Ari's in-laws are visiting tonight, sleeping in the basement. At least it's chilly down there. Hopefully you stay dry. You get my bourbon stash drinking malts tonight because they're upstairs. Got a few great American single malts. That's what that means. That's what ASM means. American single malts. It's me, 7th Seal. What's going on? Good evening. McKinney Stars here. Dylan S. Having some Sagamore 9 here. Delicious pour. Hells yeah. Mr. Dixie Cup is in the house. Dixie Cups. Underrated whiskey vessel, I would say. If you're in a hotel, you know what? I'm gonna go the other way. The paper cups, like the Dixie cups that they have coffee in the hotel rooms, like the coffee cups for the little coffee machines that never get cleaned properly. And when they do get cleaned, you never hear. PSA, public service announcement from me, Matt, listen. Don't make coffee in the coffee pot in the hotel room. Don't do it. Do not do it. Because you don't know who cleaned that thing. And you're like, well, Matt, how dirty could a coffee pot get? I'm not concerned about a little bit of coffee grounds that may just be like awry or whatever, stirring about. That's not the problem. The problem is if they're using like Windex or like an industrial cleaner, even if it's some sort of soap-based thing, to clean it instead of like, or a rag that they just wipe the toilet with. You never know what the hell they clean the coffee pot with. What type of cleaner if they used a cleaner, and what type of rag if they used a rag. Hotel coffee pot, great way to get the shits and to poop your pants on an airplane. Just saying. And the comforters never get washed. Not that often. Pretty good with the sheets, though. You should be pretty solid with the sheets. Hank Haddock is here. What's happening? Stuff and Things P&W's in the house. Are You Schlammer is here. Make ECBP great again. Hollowler, right? Absolutely. Womb Stretcher. Got myself a good pour of ECBP C920. And, of course, Alec Bradley lit up. Hells yeah. Way to go, Alec Bradley. Best cigars on the planet. And C920, one of the best Elijah Craig barrel proofs, probably the best Elijah Craig barrel proof post pirate bottle. I've never owned a pirate bottle, by the way. It's on my list. It's on my list of things I want to own one day. Never had a Bardstown yet, not sure I can afford one. Well, Brett, they have a lot of cheaper offerings now, like their Origin series is pretty cheap. Paul Clausen picked up the Forgate pick tonight. Let's go. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. I'm going to get into that. I've got it right here. My bottle isn't stickered, but it's got a fun sticker. The Love Potion. 8-year, 9-month, finished in 8-year, 9-month Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. May or may not be from a little distillery called More Flowers or Multiple Flowers. Neither confirmed nor denied. But finished in a California red wine cask. We'll do a pour of this after we do our blind pour for the evening. That's how we like to kick things off around here. So we like to kick things off, get our palate warm. This stool is not accepting my weight gain very well. It's getting squeakier by the day. I either need to oil it, lose weight, or restool. Or just let it squeak. A little water. Then let's get into our initial blind pour of the evening. Then we'll get into the Forgate pick. I want to do some tasting notes on that. Talk about that for a minute. And then it is Blantons. Straight from the barrel, ultimate test. Speaking of Alec Bradley cigars, this was a gift from Alan Rubin. If you watch this, Alan, I love you. I love you. And I miss talking to you. We need to talk soon. Catch up. Chris Lane is in the house. My favorite face to see on a Friday. Come back from a work trip with ugh. But seeing your face makes this a great fever dream. I'm sorry. That's a bummer, man. That's going around pretty hard again, huh? That's going around pretty hard and heavy. So hopefully all of you stay safe out there and stay healthy. And when you get it, yeah, just bring it in. Walk right through it. Like the Kool-Aid man. Walk through the brick wall. Hey, hey, hey. Hello. Or whatever he said. Hello, guys. I'm back. I don't know. Mojo's here. What's up, Mojo? B says, I love a little Windex in my coffee. That's a quick way to get the poopers. Don't know if they're watching, but happy anniversary, Jared and Rachel. Absolutely. Everybody raise the glass to Jared and Rachel, Barrel King. It's their wedding anniversary today. What should I pour? Geez, let's see here. I don't know if I should have any Barrel King around here. Oh, I know what I'll do. Oh, that's a squeaky chair. Brand new October Barrel King. America. To Jared and Rachel, happy anniversary. Ding. Cheers. Silly. Barrel King video will be out before the first of the month. So talking Sunday or Monday, I'll have the Barrel King release video out for those of you who look for that every month. Never drink hotel coffee. Not the one in the room. You can drink the stuff downstairs, and that's fine. But the coffee maker in the room is the one you want to avoid at all costs. And even some of the glassware, like if they have like rocks glasses and stuff in there, the easiest way for a housekeeper to clean a glass is when ugh. Stay away from the comforters and coffee pots. Boom stretcha, boom. Jeez. Like we use a black light to inspect the coffee pot. Is there a black light in the room that we can use? How many people travel with a black light? Am I the only one who doesn't? Restool doesn't sound right. Restool sounds weird. It's, you know. What's that white ball thing? Where? Oh, that's a bowling ball. It's a spare ball. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's plastic. It's not made to hook. It's meant to go straight. Straight in the gutter. John Wolfie, what's up, John? Picked up a Rebel Cask Strength store pick last week. How do I get you a sample? Also picked up a Four Roses Barrel Strength OESV 8-year 11-month. Cheers! Thank you, John, for the super chat. That's very much appreciated. I have a P.O. box in the description of the live stream and in all my videos. So anything can go to that P.O. box. I appreciate it. Thank you, John. Mark Boyer's in the house. Speaking of kicking COVID's ass, Mark Boyer up in the house. All right, let's get this show on the road. I think that's pretty clean. Seems like a clean Glen to me. But also, while I'm doing this was a thought I had. And then a million other thoughts in different directions, but I want to leave it up to you. So don't answer quite yet. You know, I won't even ask it yet. It's about the straight from the barrel flight. We can do it one of two ways. So I'll bring that up later because I can't keep up with chat and do a blind and just keep this whole shit together at the same time. Whew. Falling out of my hand. Got one. That's a bad idea. Not on my computer. I almost opened this. I literally almost opened it with the screw top, like this, but it was on my computer. I didn't do it. So I saved the day with my quick thinking. Hiding sample bottle. Actually, do not write in chat what this is. If you see it on the, I'm going to try to show the camera like we do every week and fail. But if you see it, don't. Actually, how close do I have to get to be in focus? Right there. Okay. If you see what it is, don't say anything in chat because that ruins it. Okay, here we go. I feel like we did it today. I feel like today is the day where it actually worked. All right. Hopefully some of you saw that if possible. I don't know. If not, it's just like every other week. Ugh. A little bit of a swirl. I've only had the C923. How does that aged standout version compare to the old profile or new profile? I would say that C923 is the best version of the new profile, if that makes sense. I'd have to open my C920. I have one bottle of C920 that's still sealed. I don't know why I leave the bottles. You know what's funny? I thought about this the other day. Like bunkering bottles or like saving bottles for like when you get older or for a special occasion. I'm almost 40. What am I saving bottles for? When I grow up? I'm a grown man apparently. I'm almost 40. Sometimes you just don't know you grew up. And you're like, oh, when I grow up, I'll open that bottle. Bitch, I'm 40, basically. Not quite. I'll be 40 in what? 6 weeks? I better live it up. Living it up on the other side of 40. What was I saying? Oh, I'd have to compare the C923. I'd have to open the C920 to compare it, which I probably should, just to make another Elijah Craig Cody video. But I would say this. The C923 is the best version of the new profile, and it's the oldest version of the new profile, as far as we know. You know what I mean? C920 was the last of the greats. Michael, good evening, all you wonderful whiskey people. I'm moseying out to the porch with an Alec Bradley cigar and a pour of something ADHD whiskey would dislike. Andalusia Revenant Peated Malt. That just sounds, what's the word? Not pretentious. That's not the word I'm looking for. But it fits. Andalusia Revenant Peated Malt. What are you sipping on? Andalusia Revenant. Single malt, of course. Is it good? Oh, it's peated malt. Eek. Did you do something wrong today and you're punishing yourself? It's okay. It's okay. Take it easy on yourself. You don't got to beat yourself up. Yeti tumbler mugs. Crap. I'm way behind. I don't even know what that's referring to. Never use a Blacklight hotel. Bob, you carry your own coffee pot to hotels? No, you don't. You must always drive then. You must never fly. No, I'm a no-thumber, Adam. I'm like a hybrid bowler, they call it. Which makes for my accuracy to be not great. But I did bowl League last night, my best series ever. I would have bowled my first 600 series had I not completely just messed up the 10th frame of my final game. Had a double going into the 10th frame and left 3-6-10 and then chopped it. Open 10th frame. If I would have struck once in the 10th frame, or if I would have just picked up the spare, it would have been my first 600 series, but 590 series. Not too bad. 181, 235, 174. This smells kind of light, kind of fruity. Maybe not so much fruity. Yeah, more like a musty fruit. Like a fruit's armpit. Like a pear that needs to shower. Interesting nose. I was going to say I'm going to put it in the bourbon category, but there is like maybe because I read the peated malt comment. There is kind of a smokiness to it, which is, I'm not going to stand by that and say that's definitely a smoky whiskey, or like has that, a little bit of that influence. But right now it smells like it. Maybe just barrel char. Maybe just a lot of barrel char on the nose. Who's to say? Good old Will Haynes. Who's to say? You did get it in focus? It kind of worked? Well done. Wow, awesome. Great. Matt, will your area get the old Granddad 16? I do not know. I want that bottle bad, though. I want that bottle so bad. They could have just released Old Granddad 114 lot number 2, but they went above and beyond. Old Granddad 16 year. I really hope I can get my hands on one of those. It's a beautiful bottle too. I found a B517 at a store and they had Lost in the Back Room. Yeah, I can see some places. I could see myself finding things in my garage and being like, what the hell is even that? Where did that come from? Just because it's a disaster. Salty is in the house. That's Evening Peoples. Oops, Retro. That's literally why I pulled C920 out. I'll turn 40 in November. Me too. Running out of time to drink all these. Boom, Stretcha. You turn 40 in November. So do I. You used to manage hotels. I mean, I didn't, not plural, but one, I managed a motel. But I never cleaned. We didn't have a coffee pot in the room. So there's that. And also plastic cups. So I didn't do it, but I just knew about it. We're kind of like the same age. Hey, what day in November, Boom Stretcha? What day? November what? Once you hit 40, you're an official adult. I think the same way. When I was a kid, 40 was old. Now I'm 40 and still feel like a kid trying to get his shit together. What ball was I using? For my series last night, I actually used, so we were on these two lanes in the house I bowl at that was, I either bowl very, very well on them or very, very poor on these pair of lanes. And the last time I bowled on them, I bowled very poorly. I didn't know I was on those lanes. It was the first week of league. This week I knew which lanes I was on, so I changed up the balls I brought, and I used a virtual energy blackout that I just had recently drilled for like my PAP, and like it's a very mellowed out virtual energy blackout, like very weakly drilled, a very weak drill. That for my first game, and then my second and third game was a Hammer Arctic Vibe that I've polished. With no thumb, the revs on the ball are very, very high. So I need to try to like combat my rev rate with either a higher RG ball or something with polish. So that worked really well. Will it work next week? No. I'm going to probably bowl 120s next week. Man, this seems familiar. Is this Buffalo Trace? This could be Buffalo Trace product. Possibly. I'm gonna go into the first taste thinking possibly Buffalo Trace, possibly MGP. Let's go for a sip. 1 ounce Wednesday style on the hatch. Huh. I keep going back and forth. My initial thought was yum. Then right after that, I was like a little more underwhelmed. This is like a wave of emotion. I think that is a Buffalo Trace product. No. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. Possibly around 100 proof, 100 and... Man, this is really fruity. I like that. I like that a lot. It's sweet, and then starts to build some boldness towards the middle of the palate, and then turns into this like delicious red licorice on the back, which does remind me a lot of MGP, those notes. Quit trying to think of what it is and just see if you like it, Matt. Good idea. I like it, Matt. Very cherry. Very candy. Finish is really, really good. Very long lasting, lingering. Oh, grief. A little bit of citrus, too. Almost like an orange vanilla. An orangey vanilla-ness. Damn, that is good. Like an orange creamsicle. I like that. I think that's a great pour. 8.35. 8.35. That's a great pour. What is it? No shit. Hardin's Creek Corn Whiskey. 11-year, 106 proof from Bill Kavanaugh. That does not taste anything like a Jim Beam product at all to me. That is really good. How much are those? Bill gets all these things that, like, they're just, his store must get everything that he goes to, his stores. 11-year Hardin's Creek Corn Whiskey. That is really good. I like that. I was not expecting a corn whiskey. Granddad 16 released early in Wisconsin, so I had my sister-in-law pick me one up. Problem is I live in Pennsylvania. That's an issue. Thank goodness for the old hand delivery systems. Neck pour, legit or BS? That depends on what your definition of the neck pour is. Has Barrel King ever done an LE release called King of Missouri? Not that I'm aware of, no. They have not. I mean, they are the king, so I think every release is King of Missouri, pretty much. But is new OGD worth $200? 16-year, 100 proof? I don't know. I guess we'll have to taste it. Chris, November 8th is my 40th. No kidding. Mine is the 11th. "40 next November, gang. I've stayed in hotels." That's funny. The neck pour thing. Do I believe that whiskey changes? I think that this is kind of the way I know that people argue about it all the time, so it doesn't really matter what I think, because it's just one of those things where nobody can agree on it, so it's a point of arguing. But I think that whiskey changes twice, kind of. No, not really twice, but when you first open the bottle, and there's a period of time over like a week or two that after the bottle has been opened and there's a pour taken out of it, I feel like that bottle kind of settles down a little bit and some of the edges come off of it. Then, I mean, it's not gonna, I don't believe that a whiskey is gonna go from a bad whiskey to a good whiskey because you poured some out. I just think that there are some rough edges and sharpness and some things in the bottle that kind of soften after it's been opened. And then there's that initial bit, and then over a long period of time, it just kind of gets softer and softer, but not rapidly, very, very slowly, depending on how much whiskey versus air is in the bottle. Like if you have a a little bit of whiskey in the bottle, it's going to happen much quicker. Do you have a favorite bourbon for making old fashions? Yes and no. I've got this sitting here because I want to make this right here. It was in my bespoke post ad. They sent me this stuff. It's a ready to make cocktail sachet. I don't know how you pronounce it. Just add cold water and spirits or enjoy as a mocktail. No hot water required, which is good because it's an old fashioned. So it's like a tea pouch, old fashioned. And I was gonna make a video, but I got the whiskey that I was gonna use was the one that a local restaurant uses, which is my favorite old fashioned. It's a freaking great old fashioned, but they used to use it, they switched it. It's a dry fly. That weird grain. Triticale. It's like a genetically engineered grain, I think. Half wheat, half corn, half rye. 3 halves make triticale. It's a hybrid wheat and rye. A Scottish hybrid of wheat and rye. But the old-fashioned they make, I love this whiskey in it. So I don't know if it makes a good old-fashioned with other recipes or not. Hi, Marine, November 10th. 1 day apart. And many years. Old man. Bill King needs a King of Missouri release. Well, I'll bring it up with the brass, you know. I'll mention it. I'll shoot it up the ladder. I don't know how big the release for OGD 16-year will be. They said that it was going to be released at their visitor center, and then I think they said it was going to be distributed nationwide, I think. So that doesn't really say much, does it? Tim Evans is here. What's up, Tim? James F. What's up, party people? Rose, some Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye. It's good stuff. Really good when it's blind. America. This is, I'm going to talk about the Forgate pick for a second, and then we're going to get into this Blantons straight from the barrel ultimate test. I don't want to set that on my computer, but I did anyway. The question about the neck pour is funny because the Forgate, as soon as I poured it, I was like, oh, that needs a day. It smelled good right away, but you could tell that it was just a day after I opened it and poured a glass, it began to soften and it really opens up well. Yeah, it's nice. There's a candle that I cannot put my finger on which candle it is, but this reminds me of a freaking candle that I've smelled before. And then every time I go back to this, it does change quite a bit. It's as far as how I feel about, not how I feel about the quality, but how the things in the whiskey that I pick up change every time I go to it. Yeah, today it's very candly. After that corn whiskey, this is a very candly pour. 8-year, 9-month Kentucky bourbon, 108.7 proof. Yeah, finished in a California red wine cask. And the color on it is beautiful, beautiful. The sticker is Love Potion. Did I upload that sticker? No. Well, if you click on the link that's pinned at the top, you'll see the sticker there. It's on the the Bourbon Outfitter website. Huh. There are berries. It's like all these different notes, like fruits, like berries and red fruits. And then, but it's like they're all in a candle. It's a very warm, like if you set this whiskey out and put a wick in it and lit that wick, would it do anything? I don't know. But if it did, you know what? Never mind. Let's start over. Pretend like I didn't say that. Instead, pretend like I said something smart. Like you turned this whiskey into a solid. Like one of those things that they melt, the melts that smell. They're like candles without the fire. They're like melties. You can plug them into the wall and they melt. This would smell like the best bourbon candle melty. Yeah. All right, done that. Yeah. It goes from bourbon to wine, back to bourbon, back to wine. It keeps flip-flopping on the palate in a really cool way. Wow, that is love potion. Roses, chocolates, me. It's good. The finish is very long too. That's one thing I noticed right away. Finish, very, very lingering. It's like chocolate raisin, big time on the finish. Not like one of the Raisinets, but like a good chocolate raisin that you got from the chocolatier in that one downtown you visited that one time with your significant other. You wandered into the chocolate shop together and they had a dish of gourmet chocolate covered raisins and it said please take one, and you thought that it meant a handful, so you stuffed a handful in your pocket and you ate them throughout the day. That's what that tastes like. Really good. So you just have to teabag your whiskey. That's what it looks like, yeah. James says, I like Forgate rye better than bourbon. Yeah, I got samples of both, and the bourbon that I chose was really freaking good. The base whiskey that went into the got finished, I couldn't say no to. And what got me very excited for this pick, and because you never know how things being finished is going to turn out, but I got that cask collection High West that was finished in a Cabernet Sauvignon barrel. It was bourbon that I really, really liked. And I was like, all right, this Forgate's going to kill it. And then it did. So, super happy with it. One more step. It's such a unique experience because once you think that you know what it tastes like, it just continues to fold over and like unravel into something a little bit different. Yeah, I like that a lot. Blue Note Honey Rye 117 proof is unbelievable. You need to rate it. Blue Note Honey Rye, huh? Well, I've never said no. I'll give it a rating. Kids movie night, I'm out. See you, James. Have an awesome night. I brought my kids. Flex Man ordered your Forgate today. Can't wait. Thank you, Flex Man. Looking forward to your straight from the barrel review. Picked one up with a gold and 2 Elmers on the same day when my state did a special release. Haven't opened the straight from the barrel, so want to know what you think. So they're all single barrel, so they're gonna vary. They will definitely vary. No Mama Porter tonight? You know what? That is... Sean, thank you for mentioning that.
Hello.
Hey, it's me.
Hi. Hi.
Um,
What's up?
Everybody in chat wanted to know where you were at, and then I got worried, so I called you to just make sure you're all right.
Oh, I had a medical procedure done this.
She's good. She had a little something something this morning, so Sean, thank you for pointing that out. I would have noticed it sooner than later, but yeah, Mama Porter's good. Thing is, so when your parents get older, I'm not gonna say old, are they old? Of course, but they do some sneaky shit, like they don't tell you, like, oh, we had to go to the hospital today, but don't worry, Matthew, you know what I mean? Kind of that sort of stuff. So when you said that, it's like she never misses a live stream, and you noticed it right away, so I had to call her. She's good. All right, let's straight from the barrel. There are 2 ways we can go about this. We can either, for the ultimate test, do straight from the barrel versus 4 random pulls from the 1 ounce Wednesday box here behind me. Can't really see it. It is there. It's there. You can see it. Or you guys can tell me what to put against it to blind. Which one do you want to do? Random or chat picks? There's a third way. That's not a way. Eric, I'm not chugging it. Eric, you're a bad influence, buddy. Random, all right. Random, random. All right. For stag. Random. 3 for random. I don't have a gold, Tim. Random, random, random. Looks like random's running away with it. All right. Let's do random. We're doing random. I got 5 out of the first 6 at random, so let's do random. Link to the Forgate pick, if you want, is pinned at the top of the chat. Let's do this. I got my stickers. No amber on them. No, ill. So, typically on these ultimate tests, the bottle that we're putting to the test is against things that are similar or slightly or pretty close. This way is going to be completely. I will have no idea. They probably won't be in the same category, or if they are, that would be extremely lucky. But this is fun. I like this. I like mixing it up a bit. A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. I never know where the Julie-like wheel of confusion is. Ever. It's always hiding on me. Oh, it's right in front of my feet. Literally right in front of me. All right. Glass A is straight from the barrel. America. This one was dumped on July 28th, 2022. It's 128.5 proof. Bottle 98 from barrel number 1798. Rick number 4. Warehouse H, of course, for horse. All right. Now, I'm going to B, C, D, E. Now, in order to do this right, I need a bag for the sample labeled B. I thought this through a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. C. D. E. Because I won't know what it is until the end. I suppose I can try to show you guys as I pour them. Like I just did right here. Seems to be the right focus length. Yeah, right there. If I can do that. Opening bag B. If you see what they are, don't mention it in chat, please. That'll ruin the entire thing. And gosh, I'll get upset. All right. Got one in my hand. Is that really B? B. I'm going to show the camera. I'm not sure. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it focuses. If not, super sorry. We tried. Okay. Bag labeled B. It's in. And in the drawer in front of me. There we go. All right. Then we have C. Open. Got one. America. I almost poured it in the bag. That's not what I want. C. Yes, C. Then you might be able to see, you might not be able to. Let's see. In the drawer in front of me. Moving on, we have two more. Here's D and E. D. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. Do I want to make it, If I do a big one, actually it doesn't matter because I don't know what it is. So it doesn't matter at all if there's more. That's probably enough. D, showing the camera, if you can see it. This top of my computer is there, so maybe, maybe not. Lid. D is bagged. What a silly, silly way of doing things. When you work by yourself, you gotta do things a little bit differently. All right, and finally, E. America. And drop the cap. All right, computer here. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but if not, super sorry. We'll all figure it out at the same time then. And that is an E. All right, well, I glanced down at the board in front of me, this flight board, and I can say this. I will definitely know which one is D because it's extremely dark colored. Look at the color on that. Obviously, I'll know which one is D because it's the color of asphalt water. But we will still give it a proper blinding. I will rank them, then reveal them. Oh yeah, so buttery smooth. So buttery smooth that goes. All right. Oh yeah, completely no look. This is amazing. All right. After all that, it appears as though D is still in the fourth cup, fourth thing, which is funny. All right. My favorite go-to bum wine? What's a bum wine? Eric B, what's a bum wine? Why couldn't I look at that point? The point where it was here? Because I try to think ahead and somebody's saying, because people say dumb shit. I don't really care because if I knew which one was which, it wouldn't make it no fun anyway. But if I knew which one was D, and I knew where I put that one compared to other ones, then it might spoil it. I don't know. The more I don't look, the easier it is to convince every single person that I don't know which one is which. Which the only one that really matters is the Blantons, because I only know that they're one of the whiskeys in this flight. Boone's Blackberries Quality Pour. Oh, Boone's Farm? Hells yeah. How old are these straight from the barrel? Great question. Roasted or fried? With the guy last week. 1 for 2 tonight. 1 for 3. Oh, America thing? Yeah. That's my bad. Brutal's got a good ritual. He picks up Blantons for under 100. But he saves them for gifts for friends, so I always have a few Blantons on hand for a gift. Smart. That's a smart move. Yeah, I've got a couple for kind of that same reason. Oh, so nobody saw what they were. No, there's really nobody around to help unless I want my 8-year-old. My wife had to bring my youngest daughter to the walk-in tonight. She's not feeling well, fever and stuff, so probably be me next week, hopefully not. But she's feeling much better. My 7-year-old took a nap today for the first time in years. Literally years. And when your little girl naps, she never naps, then you know she's not feeling good, you know? It's like, oh, son of a bitch. There she goes napping. There she goes getting the sleep she needs. All right, first glass. Maybe that, okay, actually now I don't even know, because this one might have been D. That's super friggin' dark too. Holy crap. First glass, a little bit of a swirl job. This, what in the hell? Larry Bird's Lumberyard, that's woody. Glass 1 is very, what I would consider to be either small barreled or double oaked. But there are a lot of redeeming qualities here. As much as like the untreated lumber note is trying to poke its head through, and it does, it's getting whack-a-mole by like a cinnamon stick. Get down. Cinnamon and untreated lumber. Some chocolatiness. Chocolate raisins coming through on here a little bit as well. Down the hatch. What was that? No, hell was that? Is that wine finished too? Or is that just remnants in my mouth from the Forgate? Where's my notebook? Oh, I forgot. Okay, the bags are in here. I can't look in there. Should have thought that one through. Here's a pen. Got a pen, which is nice. And Okay, glass 1. Double oak cinnamon nose and raisins. The palate was so weird because it was like a boop, like a blip, like a bloop. And then as fast as it was there, like in my face, it was gone. It's like a bear raiding the cooler on your picnic table. You're like, is that a bear in the picnic? But it's dark, so it's like kind of, is that walking away already? With all of our meat? Son of a bitch, we should have hung it from a tree. That's what they say to do. That's what they say to do. Huh. Huh. I like it. It's like a double oaked. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I get a wine finish from a rye. That's got to be a double oaked rye. It is very good though. It's gonna be hard to beat because that like the flavor profile on it is legit. Chocolate covered raisins, the double oaked quality that I'm believing is there is, you know, not exactly trying to hide, but hiding behind a bush. Like it's a green bush and that note is wearing a green shirt. Not the same color green, but green enough where you're like, is that? Yeah, that is the note. Just trying to blend in as best it can. I do like it. I do like it. Will Blantons straight from the barrel beat it? Is that Blantons straight from the barrel? Time will tell. Another dark. What the hell? Good grief. Look at that. 3 of 5 of these are... Okay. Good grief. Wow. This is a crazy nose. It kind of smells like Jack Daniels a little bit, but the only thing I know of that is Jack Daniels in that dark is Coy Hill, and I do not have any Coy Hill samples, I don't think, unless there's one in there that I don't know about. Yeah, heavy Coy Hill vibes. Very sweet, very runt candy-like. Like a banana runt a little bit. But the color on this is just drastically crazy. Crazy, crazy. Huh. That is deeper, and it's friggin', that's a very bold whiskey. It's like very heavy, very dark. Man, it's a weird, like the problem I'm having is coming off of glass 1. Glass 1 seemed to be double oaked. Glass 1 seemed to be finished. Glass 2, I'm trying to shake the flavor profile from glass 1 on glass 2. So in my brain, you know, all the short circuits that is my brain is like, is what you're tasting what you're actually tasting, or is what you're tasting because of what you just tasted? That's the question. Dark and luscious. Oh yeah, luscious. What's up, Matt? Says Christian. Sipping on some Bone Snapper. Boom, 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 boom. What you gonna do when it's a man boom? Just a good song. Tony Bag of Donuts is here. Tony, got your email. Thank you for the email. I forwarded that to the Barrel King team because when I believe that when someone's doing great work and it's appreciated, that the people doing the great work need to know that they're appreciated. So I forwarded your email to them to let them know that you friggin' love it and you dig it, and you know what they're doing is just the best. Oh, so I hope you saw my email. I did. I didn't even read your message before I said that. Yes. Thank you, Tony. I literally read your message after I said that. It's your picnic table, boo-boo. Best meat to pair with whiskey? I like barbecue, pulled pork, or brisket. Steak is good too. Best meat? Yeah, it depends on the whiskey, and it depends. So pairing, Peggy No Stevens has a great book called, oh shit, I read it a few times before World Stop Whiskey Taster. What fork to pair with your bourbon, I think. She goes into detail about food and whiskey pairing. And with something like meat, I mean, there are ways to approach it where it's like, it's either going to complement it, or it's going to contrast it, or the whiskey is going to be like a flavor explosion, like something that is just like a wow factor after you eat. I think that with a meat, pulled pork or brisket, a complementing flavor profile on something like a pulled pork or a brisket also depends on if there's any sauce involved, or what type of dry rub you would use. If it's a sweet whiskey or a sweet meat, then a sweet whiskey would, I believe, complement that. Like, honestly, like that, the Forgate pick that I have, the red wine finish on something like a brisket would go really, really well. Whiskey's hard though, because like it's such an aggressive flavor that you don't necessarily, I mean, that's why wine is paired with meals so often, is because, I mean, the ABV is so low, and I'm not a person to sit here and tell you that I have all the answers. I'm a person to sit here and contemplate things, think about things in front of you, and this is why I do so poorly on videos like the Bourbon Junkies released yesterday. Because I don't have answers at the tip of my tongue, and when I'm asked a question, I can't spout something off immediately. It takes me a while to think about shit and to get my thoughts together, and to really have a quality answer takes me some time. When I'm on video, or like my audio is being recorded or something, it definitely comes off as either I'm A, dumb, which is true, B, has some sort of issues, which is true, or C, am totally shit-faced, which hasn't been true for a while, but in the past, probably. But I'm not going to pretend to know something immediately. I like to think through some stuff. The best meal pairing I've ever had with whiskey was probably a few years ago. I had a Cajun dish with Booker's. I'm trying to think of what the hell we had that day. Our favorite restaurant, my wife and I, is in, actually, of all places, Marquette, Michigan. It's called Lagniappe, and it's a Cajun, like a Cajun place in like the basement of this downtown building. Lagniappe is friggin' awesome. And they've had a decent bourbon selection from time to time. At that time, we had Booker's, but I can't remember what the hell we ate with it. But the funny thing was, the spice of the food and then the spice of the bourbon typically don't go well together, but that day, it was like the best. But to answer your question, with 70% certainty, if I were to have pulled pork or brisket, I would grab brisket and a wine-finished bourbon. That's what I would do. Or a rye, yeah, a rye-finished bourbon, not a rye, a wine-finished bourbon. Jeez, did that go on forever. Sorry for the 30-minute answer. Number 2. Shit, I broke my pen in the middle of talking. It's just the way I do things, I suppose. Crap. Shouldn't have been playing with it so much. I'm not looking in the drawer where the bags are at. Just looking for a writing utensil. That's not it. Nope. Nope. Come on. Oh shit, it didn't work. Start. What the hell? There, found something. That'll work. Glass 2. Bold. Dark. Back to the palate. Fresh smell on glass B or number 2. Might actually have some double oaking as well. Do I like that more than glass 1? Very... This reminds me of a chocolate that has something in it that I can't quite... Like, it's like a toffee chocolate bar, but there is like a bitterness, not to the chocolate but to the toffee. It's like a bitter toffee and chocolate. Bitter toffee and chalk. All right, let's go to the third glass. Here, third glass. A little bit of a swirl job. Getting it a little bit dizzy. I'm so far behind in chat. I'm 9 minutes behind. Goodness gracious. Larceny C923 after the dark luscious comment. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. "30 years later, still on the to boom 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 boom. When judgment comes for you, when judgment comes for you." It's just, yeah. By the way, the shit we used to listen to as children, if you look at the lyrics, this is okay. Look at this. This stream is not monetized, so it doesn't matter. But here's just a random example of songs I used to listen to as a child. It's literally about killing people. "See, when crazy pull the pump, then I kill them all. Pump slug." What was I listening to? I didn't know what they were saying, but I liked it. Oh my gosh, Matt. Bone Thugs and Harmony, though. Pretty good stuff. As long as you don't listen to it, you know? Joe, the Barrel King video will be released before the first of the month. Probably Monday morning that will come out. But, sneak peek to the sneak peek, I did taste them today. I talked with Jared today. We had a Zoom call. I told him I think about him every day, because I do. And, yes, October is going to be great. I'm probably going to be, don't say that. Don't say that. Basil Hayden has a barbecue flavor that goes real well with barbecue. Listen, so that's not a bad take at all, Sean, because Basil Hayden's, what, 80 proof? A lower proof whiskey paired with food is going to be much more approachable than something scorching hot. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll be. That's probably a very good take from you. Busted out the EHC single barrel. Nice. This, I didn't know, because this is random. All these samples are random. I didn't know that I would be able to pick out a Buffalo Trace product based off of what I poured, but after the first two, which are must be very big outliers in the world of whiskey, this smells like Buffalo Trace. So this might be the straight from the barrel, or there could be another Buffalo Trace product in the mix that I don't know about. And now that I say that, I take a step back and I say, ease yourself into this, Mr. Matt. You could be wrong. It's a league game, Smokey. There are rules. Okay, so third glass on the nose was a lot of like subtle cherries and vanillas and brown sugars. A lot of what I would associate with a Buffalo Trace profile. On the palate, the straight from the barrel is 128 proof. I don't know what was in the first two glasses, but if the third glass is straight from the barrel at 128 proof, it drank soft and gentle and rather lovely and puffy, cottony. Cotton candy palate.
Are you live streaming still?
I am live streaming.
Okay, but like it can't be like a public thing.
It can't be a public thing, but we're public.
I know, but
Hold on. Babe, wait a second. My wife just barged in the garage door, which she never does. Ever. And ever. Like, show wife, when she says no. She's literally right here, and she says, I kind of have a bombshell, but it can't be public.
real.
And she's giggling. Have you been drinking?
No.
And she hasn't been drinking. So this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
You don't have to pause it or nothing.
I'm not pausing it.
I'm just showing you.
Oh, you're just showing me? I thought you were showing everybody.
No.
Wait, is that him?
Yeah.
Why doesn't it look like him?
It does. This was a while ago. Let's see, what, 2014?
Wait a minute, what? I don't understand. So this is old news?
Yeah. They were like telling us about this like when we moved here.
What? Hold on. Okay, this is hold
Right?
on. 1 second. I'm sorry. Wait, they told you what? Who told you that?
When we first moved here, they talked about
Who did?
like Trina and Tyler and all them. We're talking about the person that like
But they didn't know who it was?
no, they do, I guess, but like obviously we didn't
How
know.
didn't we know that?
My mom just told me cuz I was like, "Oh, we're blah blah blah."
George. That's why he says that. No, I didn't know that.
No, obviously we didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just think it's really funny.
That's hilarious.
Like,
And
you
also,
would never
know.
in a million years.
That's crazy. Well, I need to give the chat some sort of insight. No, house isn't haunted. There's no Bigfoot or aliens or radon gas. There's no P. Diddy photos. I thought that what you were showing.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's totally fine. I
had to.
I thought what you were showing me was like new news
Oh.
that like just happened.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay. You know what? That makes me so happy. Turns out, when was that? That was from that long ago? 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Yeah.
My wife, so I didn't know this, but one of the nicest people I've met recently, turns out 10 years ago they won $90 million in the lottery. And he watched me bowl a 590 series last night. What the hell?
Yeah.
What a sweet, gentle
know.
man. Who
Right.
like so that goes to show you never ever know who has money. Like who is
Like, not like it matters, but like I think that's a cool thing.
that's a
like,
super cool thing, and I'm very, very happy for him and his family. That's great. Like apparently my wife was talking to her mom about some of our bowling partners, and she was like, well, check out this article from 10 years ago. We got put on a random mixed league team this year. And turns out, dude bowled a strike, he bowled several 300s in life. luckily. That's incredible. 90 million, that's it. That's crazy. If you knew that, that makes me so happy for him. He's such a sweetheart. What a good person. And
his daughter's like so nice too.
I would pull up to bowling in the loudest, most obnoxious car.
You would too.
I would. It'd be my what do you call it when you're trying to make intimidation vehicle? My bowling intimidation vehicle. My BIV.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Are you gonna be done in a little bit? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. Be done very soon. I'd say, depending on what awaits me on the other side. Am I gonna win the lottery tonight?
Go to bed.
She said go to bed. That's funny. I'm sorry. When Carissa comes in with exciting news, that's when it's like, it had to be good. That's incredible. If that was my wife, she'd flash me off camera to make it extra awkward. Well, one Matt's wife does that, and another Matt's wife tells me to go to bed. Dennis bowled a 666 series today. Congratulations, and also super scary. So real people can win the lottery? I was skeptical. Didn't do me. I knew it was going to be good. But so I thought, when she showed me a news article, and I thought that the news article was like from today. That like one of our bowling partners, like that's why I said it doesn't really look like him, because it was from 10 years ago. I wonder if he spent it all. I would have. New channel sponsor. That's hilarious. Jeez Louise. Some sort of straight pipe bowling intimidation vehicle, BIV. Some sort of straight pipe track hawk. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. That was worth it though. How am I gonna ever, you know what? You would never ever in a million years thinking about it and thinking about this guy, you would never even think that, like, I still don't believe it. Just knowing him, super sweet guy, extremely just like, he seems like the literal average Joe. And the other funny thing is, everybody else there knows. Me and Carissa were the only two in the entire bowling alley who didn't know that, which is wild. And we're just bowling with them. But it's not a big deal, apparently. He just, whatever, does what he does. We don't gotta worry. What did Forrest Gump say? We don't gotta worry about money no more. One less thing. Yeah. Last week, it's a cotton candy palette. Yeah. Shit. That is very, very good. It's soft and subtle, but also lingering and fluffy and just like, yeah, that is very, very good. I feel like glass 3, I'm not trying to say that it's straight from the barrel, because I don't want to go there in a guessing game. The first 2 glasses felt a bit forced. Like the first 2 glasses felt like a lot of, it took a lot of effort to make whatever is in the first 2 glasses taste like they taste. They're very, very good. but whatever the end product was a result of something being forced. Glass 3 is remarkable, and it feels naturally done. Does that make sense? There are so many things that I want to compare this to that I'm just not, because I'm smart. Not super smart, but smart enough not to say what I want to do. Did I see Cameron in the chat earlier? If I did, what's up, Cam? Hey, Damon's here. Your friends are here. What are you talking about? Which friends? What's their names? What school? What college did they go to? Did they go to? Where? What state? Which friends are you talking about, Damon? I need to know. I need to know. I thought I saw Cameron's name here, but apparently he deleted his messages. That son of a bitch. Oh, there it is. Drums and Drams. Say it. Cameron, can you come on my live stream next Friday? I need you on. I need you on my live stream next Friday so that you can force me into getting Mad Madness started. Will you come on my live stream next Friday? Are you available, Cameron? Will you go to my live stream with me on next Friday? Will you go there? I'm here, you wienerhead. Man. What a guy. Glass 4. 4 out of 5. It's funny because the guy probably assumed that everybody knew. I didn't know.
Matt's right.
That's right. I could... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Through my foggy glasses, never mind. Not I'd love to, or I'll see, I'd like to do that. That sounds like so much fun. I'll see what I can do. I might need to move some things around, but I'd love to do that for you. No. I could probably do that. Forget about it. Can do it without you. Could probably do that. Could probably do that. Am I looking into things too much? Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm overthinking stuff. But that sounded a lot like it's an inconvenience. But you know, maybe. Maybe you can, whatever. I'll be at River Roots that day. May end up in a hotel to be determined, but I can hop on from there. See, that's all you had to say. That's okay. All right, well, maybe, you know, maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I could do that. Son of a bitch. I'm eating tacos with my right hand and typing with my left. Seems like you're doing a pretty good job. And no matter what hand you're typing with, you're allowed to type whatever you want. Your left hand doesn't have control over your brain. So if you wanted to be nice and wanted to sound excited and really honestly wanted to make me feel good, your left hand could have done that. Which doesn't sound like a great thing to say, but I mean it. Glass 4. Glass 4 reminds me a bit of glasses 1 and 2. Maybe a bit more cherry. Maybe this is the Blantons. A bit darker. A bit more dark cherry, like a black cherry. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way. Where are they? Never mind. Next Friday. Well, no, next Friday will be too late. Damn it. Everything's falling apart. Eating a taco? Oh, stop. You stop. Know your worth. Callie clapping like a cheerleader. Know your worth. I don't know. KWY. Know your worth. I don't know. It's terrible. Be a bad cheerleader. Just like Cameron's a terrible cheerleader for me. Cameron's in the sports books betting against me. Can I send you a blind to drink with me next Friday? Yes, you can. I doubt you'll do it, but I'm assuming you can try to make it happen. Son of a bitch. But yes, I would love that. That'd be fun. No, this is definitely not straight from the road. This is another seemingly artificially dark whiskey. And I hate saying artificially dark. When I say that, I mean like double oaked or small barreled or hot climate, like literally just not a traditional Kentucky bourbon. I'm such a spoiled brat. Almost like a burnt coconut. A burnt trail mix. The trail mix that has like the sunflower seeds and the raisins and the coconut, like the sugared pineapple bits. If you lit that bag on fire and put it out with your foot. That's what this smells like. Not a bad smell. Just the smell. Oh. What? Okay, what is that? Oh God. That is, I don't know. That's either terrible or amazing. It tastes like friggin' trail mix. If trail mix, like, got mixed up with some sort of crazy weird gang. Got shivved. What on earth? That is wild. That, okay, I gotta sip that again. Typically, second sip of something mellows out completely, and you don't really, like if it's an outlier, you don't get those notes again. But I would do anything to get that same taste again. Because craziness. In either the best or worst way. It tastes like meat. It tastes like a red steak. Like a very, very, what's the word for meaty? That tastes like meat. That's a meat whiskey. I don't know if I don't know whether or not I love that or hate that. It's a meat whiskey. An undercooked meat whiskey. Undercooked meat whiskey. Trail mix. All right. I don't know. Umami. Savory. Savory was what I was thinking. Umami sounds, yeah. You know, sometimes those samples sit for a while and touch the plastic onto the cap if it's filled too high. And yeah, so Phil, funny thing is, Cameron and I have discussed this on a live stream before, and I do have a 1 Ounce Wednesday video that's going to be released at some point here, because that just reminded me that I shot it and haven't edited it yet. But I pulled a 1 ounce Wednesday bottle out of this box, and I nosed it and I tasted it, and I immediately knew that the cap was one of the paper or foam caps with the glue, and not like the poly plastic cones. And I called it, and I was like, I think this is tainted by the glue. Because once you taste that, it's kind of like a memory that's stuck. It's kind of glued to your senses, if you know what I mean. This is not that. But I definitely know where you're coming from. Oh, mommy, says Cameron. Damon, meat whiskey sounds like Slaughterhouse bourbon, can almost taste the meat. Slaughterhouse bourbon's the name of a bourbon? That sounds disgusting. Yeah, we barrel it right near where the pigs hang. Or bottle it where the... No, I don't know. Alright, let's do the fifth and final, then I will rank them, and we'll find out what they are. We'll do the reveal. Fifth and final. Holy fuck. Pardon my language. Excuse my language, I'm so sorry. That was uncalled for, unnecessary. I don't know if this smells like what it smells like, or if my nose is like completely tainted. Because if what I'm smelling is not what I'm smelling, then this is totally unfair. If what I'm smelling is what I'm smelling, then good God. Nothing to reset the nose like a Barrel King Single Barrel Plus. That smells like nothing because it's out of a bottle. What's up here? Oh, this is the... What was that? Oh, this is my Forgate pick. That makes sense. Okay, so my nose isn't broken. All right. That smells like a 590 series bowler. All right, back to this fifth pour. Huh, that is weird. That smells oddly familiar in the weirdest way. Whoa. For me to pick out 4 samples from this box, and for I think 4 of them to be completely whack, is just my luck. What is that? I'm not giving up on this. It's like a citrusy... Here, I've got, well...
Why is this so fun?
What was that? What did I just click? I clicked something. It's my bad. Chase, man. Hey, man, we're enjoying some SAG 24A. Stag 24A? Nice. Is that one a good batch? The new Stag? What? This one is... Oh. Pencil? There is a ton of pencil here. But it's like a scented pencil that you put into a pencil sharpener. I'm getting closer. Like, like an orange. No, it's not. I mean, it's orange, but it's also not orange. What the hell is it? Thankfully, the nose isn't fading. It's staying exactly the same. So I'm able to get that same smell every time. But it is like, it's within arm's reach, but you're like leaning back, can't quite get there, you know? If they made a grape juice scented pencil and you put that in the pencil sharpener and it got super hot. So graphite, shitty wood, and artificial grape juice. That's what that smells like. Let's go for a taste. I'm very interested to see what this tastes like. Thin and light. Lowest proof thing of the night. The palate literally offered nothing in terms of enjoyability. It was there and gone so quick. It was sweet, and I might say it's a bourbon, but there's some white fruit vibes, like a little bit of pear. And onion. I know onion's not a fruit. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Oh man, this is okay. Well, interesting. If glass 5 turns out to be something completely normal, it's because the first glasses I smelled and tasted in front of it. That's why it's important to know when it's time to let your palate just chill out for a bit. I won't know if it's that time until I reveal glass number 5, but it's just a bit strange on the nose. On the palate, it seems a bit normally normal, but with a twist of onion. The onion part has me concerned. That's the part that has me concerned. Shoot. Do I think it's better than glass 2, though? That's the question. Glass 2. Not a Husky pencil. A Ticonderoga pencil. Pomelo? What's pomelo? All right. Okay, that's... Oh, I don't want to... Okay. I almost put them out of order. That would have been terrible because I didn't mark the glasses. All right. Back to 4. One more sip of 4. But the problem is I just sipped 2, and sipping anything after 2 is going to completely mess with whatever you're sipping. That was the meat one. Very close. Very close. All right, this is what we're doing. We're putting them, we're going to do the reveal in order. The only one we know, the only label that we know what it is label A, and label A is Blantons straight from the barrel. In last place is glass B, or number 2, I should say. Glass number 2. Glass number 2 seemed forced. It seemed strong, but not in like the strong way that you want a strong whiskey to taste. It tasted like we aged this quickly, or we aged it hot, in hot temperature, or we put it in several new oak barrels. Initially, after tasting it after glass 1, I thought that it was, you know, in the same ballpark. But after going back to it, I realized this might not be my jam. And it might be a Texas whiskey, I'm not quite sure. Glass 2 is in last place. And it is letter D. So I have to find bag D. That is E. Is that D? Which one is this? Crap. How many bags are in there? I made a mess of this. Oh no. Which one is this? I'm not looking at the C. C, B. What is? Oh, it's an E. Okay. So this is D. This is D. Last place was D. And D is Rebecca Creek Double Barrel Spanish Oak, 128.8 proof, from Dan H. Dan H was the one who I was able to acquire for MSRP the Rebecca Creek 12-year from. He also sent this. Rebecca Creek Double Barrel Spanish Oak, 128.8 proof. I think they are from Texas, are they not? Rebecca Creek is Texas. Also, favorite whiskey? Favorite whiskey, King of Kentucky. I know I could go on and on about my favorite whiskeys, and it depends on the day, blah, 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 but if someone said, Matt, you could have infinity bottles of this whiskey, which one do you want? I'd say King of Kentucky. Rebecca Creek is in Texas, but they source. The younger stuff is theirs. Yeah, so I don't know about the double barrel Spanish oak, if it's theirs or if it is MGP that was aged there. We'll see. All right, so that was in last place. In fourth place, 8, is, I had a hard time between fourth place and third place. I put the meat whiskey in fourth place, and I put the pencil shaving whiskey in third place, but just barely. So glass 4 was in fourth place, and it is letter B. Letter B. Letter B. And where's B at? Here's B. Got a glass for B. This is Bardstown Chateau d'Oisy-Dien, 109 proof. What's Chateau Doisy Dane? What's Chateau Doisy Dane? And why does it taste like meat? Meat and trail mix. The Spanish oak is MGP? Gotcha. Doesn't taste like MGP. That's for sure. Tastes wild and crazy. Chateau Doisy Dine. Very meaty and very... whatever. Yes, cheers. Tuned in and poured myself a Beagle Rare Rye. Hell yeah, a little bit of friggin' Virtue Spirits. All right, and third place then was Glass 5. Glass 5 was the pencil, the one that smelled and tasted like grape juice and wood and pencil, which turns out on the palate I was kind of like, I kind of started to enjoy it in a weird way, but it is E. And E is something I wrote on. E, something I wrote on. What? No way. So, when you saw it, you probably just saw a scribbled out thing. It's Orphan Barrel Fable and Folly 90 proof. So I had like 1 ounce of that left and I poured it in here. I did say it was the lowest proof, I think. Man, that I really enjoyed that by itself. Third place, not terrible. Not bad, but it was 90 proof, so the lowest proof of the bunch. Orphan Barrel, Fable, and Folly. Third place. All right. Second place was the first glass. So that means the winner is glass 3, which the winner must be, it says cotton candy palette, like, so the winner is glass 3, and this must be A. That must be A. Okay, so when I took straight from the barrel and poured it against 4 random whiskeys out of the 1 Ounce Wednesday box, straight from the barrel won. But in second place was the first glass I tasted, which I said was a double oaked cinnamon raisin. I thought that I got some wine finish on it. Therefore, I said the wine reminds me of, sometimes I get a wine finish when I think it's a rye. So I think this is a double oaked rye whiskey. That was my guess. And I give it a very, very good score. I said it was going to be hard to beat. Glass C, obviously. I just got to find it. I want to retaste it. There's like a hint of like, maybe this is wine finished, because there's a hint of sulfur there. Another one from Dan H. This is Still Austin Madeira Cask Rye. Is Madeira a wine? That's damn good. That is really damn good. Still Austin Madeira Cask Rye. The funny thing is, the reason I guessed rye is because I tasted a wine, which made me think, oh, if it tastes like wine, or it tastes like wine and you don't think it's wine, it's probably a rye. Because sometimes I taste a rye and think it's wine finished when it's not. Portuguese. Fortified. What does fortified mean? What's fortified? Oh, you know what's funny? Where the hell was I? I was somewhere. Oh, I was with What's fortified mean? Because I was with Shook and Ryan Alves and Sean. Maybe it wasn't Sean. Shook for sure. Ryan Alves for sure. I think Sean was there. Daniel P. I love C923. C923 is the best post C920 Elijah Craig. But it's still it's the best of the new profile. Fortified wine is a wine that has been strengthened with this distilled spirit, usually brandy, during the fermentation process. They added more alcohol. Okay, well that doesn't... So my joke isn't as funny then. Now that I look back on it, it's not as funny. Because for some reason, every whiskey that they had on this, or every wine that they had on this list was a fortified wine. You know what? It's not even funny at all. Because I asked the waiter if he had, in front, like it was a fancy restaurant, and I asked the waiter if they had any you know what? It was either I asked for fortified or I asked for unfortified. If something is unfortified, do they put that on a menu, or do they only claim that it's fortified if it's fortified? If it's an unfortified wine, or if it's not fortified, do they put unfortified, or is it just believed to be not fortified? Fortified wine is usually dessert wine. So my joke wasn't even funny. So at the time, I wonder if it was a dessert menu. I don't remember. I don't recall the specifics of the meal. I just remember everything in front of us, and then like what the waiter was telling us about fortified wine. Like, oh, this is of this, and like they were all fortified, and I was like, oh, do you have anything unfortified? As a joke, but turns out it wasn't even funny. That sucks. Shook laughed, because he didn't know any better. Elvis probably didn't think it was funny though. Usually, nice restaurants don't serve fortified wines. Is it on the dessert menu? That must be it then. So when he was going through the dessert menu, he must have been telling us about the fortified wines on the dessert menu. And he kept repeating it so many times that I thought it would be funny to say, do you have anything unfortified? Which is, in my brain, is funny because obviously like fortified would be a good thing because he keeps repeating it and it's in a fancy restaurant. Turns out it wasn't funny at all. But I made Chuck laugh, and that's all that counts. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like it was hilarious before I knew what it meant. The funniest server story I have, and I'll close on this. I'll say goodnight after this little story, but oh, that's a big squeak from the chair. I went to, this is a few years ago. It was before I blended, it was when I blended this. Is this it? It was when I blended this bottle, the Bardstown World's Top Whiskey Taster blend. It's when I went to Bardstown to blend that. Brandon from Bardstown Bourbon Company brought me and the 2021 winner, Mike, out to dinner at this restaurant in Louisville. And I can't remember what restaurant it was. But we were seated outside. And there was just 3 of us at the table. And the waitress asked us what we wanted to drink. And I was super tired. It was a long day. But I didn't want to be like a downer. So I was like, I want a cup of coffee. So I asked her, I said, do you have any, I was like, weird because it's probably like 7 o'clock at night. But I was like, do you have any coffee on? And she was like, oh, no, I can make a pot though. I can go in there and make a fresh pot for you. And I was like, no, don't have to do that. Please don't. I'll just have a Diet Coke. And she's like, no, I can, it's not a big deal. It's not a problem. Let me go ahead and make that for you. And I was like, no, seriously? Stop. Like, if you had coffee, I'd love it, but I'm not gonna, like, it's not a big deal to me. Just a Diet Coke and a water, whatever. And she's like, all right, if you say so. And then she looked at Mike, the 2021 winner, and he was staring at his menu. And she's like, what can I get you to drink? And he's like, I'll have a coffee, please. But he had no, like, he literally missed the entire conversation that we just had directly in front of him. And I could not stop laughing. I laughed for way too long. And I had to apologize because I couldn't stop laughing. Because it was such a big deal that I made that she should not go out of her way. Because I'm not that special for you to go in there and make me a cup of coffee. Like, do not do that for me. I would just like a Diet Coke, please. Please, just a Diet Coke. And then we argued about it. I don't want you to make coffee. She's like, I can do that. I'm like, don't you dare do that. Then immediately after, he's like, I'll take a coffee. That was probably the best ordering experience I've ever had in my life. And I hope he remembers it. He might not, but I loved it. 13th century, the small bottle with the still in it, not the barrel in the bottle. Yeah, the rye? That's the barrel. Yeah, the rye, right? Where's it at? I've got it around here somewhere, and I love it. It's really, really good. I'm not sure where I placed it, but yes, the 13th century rye is really, really good. I did not get a coffee. I didn't. I honestly, I don't even know if he got one. He might have. I don't think he got one either. Because I made a big deal. Like, in my mind, I think that the conversation went a lot like me teasing him in a way that, like, was completely understandable and joking. But it probably sounded a lot like me not making any sense and blabbling words together. I don't know if he got coffee or not. I definitely did not. I definitely got Diet Coke. Is your chair fortified? Kinda. If they had a late harvest Zin or an ice wine, which would be on the dessert menu, would not be fortified. Huh. Why doesn't this work? My clicker stopped working. Son of a bee. PB Blaster for sure. Definitely do. All right, I'm going to call it the end of the evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to try to have Cameron on next week. I know that he didn't seem too excited to do it, but then he offered to send me a flight because I think he felt bad. I honestly think he felt bad about it, which is all right. I kind of wished that he felt bad in a weird way. And he might have felt bad. But I think that Cameron's going to come on next Friday, if possible. Which hopefully his audience turns out, you know, because he's a big deal. And I knew he would be, and I love him for that. And it's only high, what do you call it? When somebody is doing better and better. It's just tall hills from here. I don't know. Whatever that saying is, that's what I mean. And I'm genuine about it. He's going places. Like my live stream next Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, there he is. See us. Oh, thanks, Cameron. You're still here. You're sweet. See you on round 2. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to get your hands on a Forgate bottle, the link is pinned in the comment section. If not, understandable, but you're missing out. Love you guys. Have an awesome evening. Barrel King release video for October will be up before the 1st of the month. Look for it Monday morning. Other than that, I think I'm going to try to put out a video tomorrow and Sunday. Will that happen? I'm planning on it. A couple more videos for the end of the month. Should be good. All right. Love you all. Have an awesome evening. Talk to you later. Good night. It's midnight Eastern time, Chase. It's only 9:42 Mountain time.